David Smith, and welcome to Outlook on the Physically Challenged. Today we got a great show for you. Tanya Rush, my co-host, I'd like to introduce her now. Tell us what we got today, Tanya.
Well, David, I think before we further with our show, we need to clarify something with our viewers and general audience, because one of our shows ran for actually 2 months, right?
And because we had a lot of conflict.
We had some conflict, some changes, vacation time for some people, so we're back on track now, and we're glad to have you. I have to tell you something.
Yeah, I was reading the script, and I'm a little upset that I'm not sure it's a misprint, but Chow Chow, or whatever that dog, the cat's name was.
Let me explain. Okay, this goes to all the crew and David for laughing at me. We had a cat on our show named Duchess. About 4 months ago.
Three-legged cat.
No, it was the cat in the stroller that, remember, she walked along?
Okay, the paralyzed. I'm thinking of a three-legged dog.
Anyway, besides all this, she was featured on hard copy. This cat is a star. I could not believe when I saw that, so I thought I would tell you.
And I can't even get on local news, and the cat goes to Hollywood.
And the cat's making it big.
Well, tell us what about, you were saying something about that three-legged dog, though. How is he doing now?
Well, we don't know, but maybe he'll be on
hard copy next. Good.
Well,
tell us what we got, Rush. Come on, let's get into the show.
Okay, but wait, there's one more thing, David. You're getting a little too antsy about our new Outlook hotline number. All the numbers for Cox Communications have been changed. So the new number is 266-5068, and that will come up on your TV throughout the show so that you can remember and call in for those movie tickets. Now for our show.
Okay.
First of all, we went down to the comic convention where we hung out and
you were kind of blown away with that. You didn't know where you were going, and you got in there, and they were the freaks of San Diego.
I mean,
walking around with costumes on.
Costumes, and also we talked to, who was it that we talked to about the accessibility?
We talked to people from Grimacy Productions and
Disabled Services?
Disabled Services.
They were down there, the accessibility. It was a lot of fun.
There's a lot of people in wheelchairs down there.
Yeah, there was. I was very, very surprised. Also, we went to the Lyceum Theater, and we looked at some of the disabled artists that are around town, and it was actually a Russian type of art show, and that was really beautiful, so we'll be talking about that. And also, I got to go hang out with an instructor diver from Sports Chalet, Jeff, who is now, I guess it's really big that diving is accessible for anyone.
Yeah,
whether you're blind or deaf, amputee or whatever.
Actually, they have more, a lot of quads and paraplegics have more motion in water, so they're more at ease in water.
And he said that, especially with deaf people, I guess they're more in tune to their surroundings, and it's really been successful. So we're going to check in with that. And I think that's the show. We're doing a lot of field stuff. We have no guests this time. It's all in the field.
All
it's summer.
So it's just you and I, Rush, so we're going to have to sit
there. Just us two. So we're going to talk to you the whole time. No, just kidding. And I guess before we begin, as always, we are going to start with Maria Sorreo, who gives us the highlights around San Diego and what is going on.
Is she still down at the zoo by the monkey cage or
not? You know what? She's not at the zoo. She's not at SeaWorld. We actually caught up with her on her vacation time. Our cameras don't leave her alone.
Why does she always make a comment about me? She always makes some kind of snide remark about me.
They're not snide. She jokes with you, David.
I'm very sensitive.
Well, she loves you. You two are cute.
All right, let's go.
So anyway, let's go to Maria. And Maria, tell us what's going on.
Hey, Maria.
Hi, Dave and Tanya. No, I'm not hanging out with monkeys or fish or any of those fun things. I am trying to have a vacation. But you know, those Outlook police just found me, and now here I am with you. But very happy to be here with our viewers today. Let's talk about what's going on in San Diego this month. Now, if you're tired of trying to figure out what to do on those dateless Friday nights, think no more. What about David and Tanya?
Okay, thank you, Maria. Maria, how come every time I see you, you're either hanging out in a monkey cage or at a hotel someplace? Like, you're kind of weird, you know that?
No,
I like that. I like
Thanks,
that.
Maria.
Thanks, Maria.
And we'll be coming back to Maria with some more information. So before we show them the comic convention and Lyceum Art Show, tell them a little bit about what you liked.
Well, I think one of the things I liked is when we first got there, it was very accessible. I mean, everything was. And there were a lot of people with disabilities there. I was surprised. I mean, usually you see maybe 10, 20. There must have been 100 of them there in chairs.
Yeah, there were a lot.
So it was a lot. And the thing that I like is a lot of the things with these comic guys, we approached a lot of them about a lot of comic characters are missing limbs and disabled. So a lot of them, when we approached them to ask them about, you know, a lot of them are doing feature films now. One of the guys from Grimacy Productions was there. So they were talking about the possibility of, you know, we brought that to their attention. They said, wow, that's really interesting. Maybe we'll start doing that in production. So hoping it'll get more work for disabled actors and stunt people in the, because we make good
business.
cyborgs.
So you actually think that in the comic books we will be seeing more people with maybe disabilities? Is that what?
Well, maybe
the
there
goal
already are, because there's a lot of cyborgs in that. So that's what we're saying is when they make that transition to film, which so many of them are. I mean, half of them down there we're getting ready to get into film. Is that when they make that transition, is that when they're doing cyborgs, remember, hey, you know, don't tie up arms and legs. Use amputees or paraplegics or whatever the scene calls for. Don't put somebody in a chair and don't tie up an arm or leg. So they're going to be a real big player, I think, for amputees in show business, in the film industry, because a lot of their characters in film, in their comic books, are getting their arms cut off or whatever. They lose a leg and they regrow another one, like the lizard one.
It was very interesting. There were all. Everyone was in costumes.
Well, those people.
Batman was a babe.
Those people are like, you know, those people like. I mean, they're fanatical about their comic books. I was surprised. Yeah.
Everything.
Great. But it was a good show. They were very nice people down there. We had a good time.
I had fun. A lot of people
were scared.
David.
You were scared down there at first.
No, it's just it was different, but I liked it a lot.
I saw one guy down there who was walking with an Uzi.
A what?
I mean, he was about 400 pounds.
An
and he was made up. He had like weapons and hand grenades hanging off him. I thought, oh my God. The guy's seen outlook, and he's going to take us out. I mean, it was a real weapon. It really was. But that was his costume. And I thought, don't even look at him. Just keep going.
Just keep going. Don't stare.
So anyway, what do you got? We also had the Lyceum. Tell me about that, because I never even really found out what that was about.
We went down there, and it was actually with two groups, Dimensions Unlimited and Artability. And they had exhibits all over the wall, and it was focused on Russian art. So that was it was an interesting twist, because it wasn't just normal sculptures or paintings. It had actually a theme, and it was accessible for everyone. Once again, they had a deaf interpreter.
Were they deaf artists? Is that who were?
Yes, everyone. Good. And we've had some of these people actually on our show before that were some of the artists.
Yeah, Unlimited. Yeah, they've been around a while.
They're huge.
They're good, yeah.
They're very, very good. So I guess we should show our audience.
Let's take a look at it. Let's go. Comic-Con. You can also see one heck of a costume party.
Yeah.
Okay, David, I don't understand where he has me at. This comic convention. David, what does this have to do with Outlook?
No, because two things, all right? This place is totally accessible.
Right.
Okay?
And what is this?
We have the alien here, who I'm going to whoop on a little later. But the other reason is because the comic people are now doing films and CD-ROM stuff. And those guys are the guys that use a lot of amputees. So we're going to come down here and kind of schmooze some of these guys, and maybe you'll see some more disabled people in the comics and in sci-fi films.
See, when I let go...
Let's take a look. There's a booth over there I kind of like.
See, he's going to get a little bit out of control, and he's going to be taking me on this goose chase. So you guys have got to stay with
us, because you guys don't even have to come down here, because you can just watch this, because I got to bring a little bit of everything to you. I guarantee you that.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Tuned.
Let's go, David.
Let's go over here.
This guy's bad right now. He could whoop the alien.
But you used to be a Predator.
I still am. This is my alter ego.
Okay, we're here with Robert Goodwin. Robert, now you're the Disabled Service Coordinator. Tell us what that job entails.
Well, 8 years ago, we found a need to start a department to help people get through the convention. As more disabled people were coming to convention, more elderly people, and we noticed a need for space for people to rest, because the convention, as it grows, gets very, very confusing at times, and you have data overload, as you've probably noticed here. The department started with 3 people, and is now up to a staff of about 25. We provide deaf interpreters for those who need them, mobile accessibility such as wheelchairs for people to use, and if you need somebody to push them, we supply somebody to push you around the convention and everything.
Now tell us about the accessibility here. I noticed that the IOLs are big. Tell us about that.
That came out of a need not only for disabled people, but in general for people themselves. As the convention grows, there's more and more booths and more people attending, where if you've noticed, you get choke points along certain popular events. This can lead to crowding and literally gridlock. By using larger areas and spreading it out, you have less gridlock along the convention floor. And it makes it easier for not only disabled people to get through, but everybody else.
Great. Well, Robert, you did a great job here. I'm just overwhelmed at the accessibility here.
I couldn't do it without the staff that I have.
Good job. Keep up the good work.
Well, that's what we're here for, sir.
You know what, guys? I do not know where David's at. In all this commotion, I can't keep up with him. So we need to find David. David, where did you go?
He doesn't look so tough. I think the Predator can whoop him.
Dimensions Unlimited is a group of artists with physical disabilities, and we're a local artists organization. We get together once a month and we try to talk about our art, and we've had exhibits around San Diego too. We've exhibited at the U.S. Grand Hotel. We had an exhibit in La Jolla. We recently had an exhibit at the City Planning Department. So we've got quite a few things going on, but we are a local organization. We'd like to have more people come and buy our work. And we'd like to have some more sponsors too. You know, people that could sponsor us and help us out with.
We are back now to answer the question of where Michael McDonald and Jeff Skunk Baxter were. In 1973, when this show aired, Baxter and McDonald were both still part of Steely Dan. Baxter wouldn't join the Doobies until 1974, and Michael McDonald a year after that.